Hi, everybody. Welcome to This Week in Falmouth. I am Michael.
And I'm Susan.
And
And
hello, Susan.
it's another week here in Falmouth, and I can't believe we're almost at Memorial Day.
Wow, went fast. Yeah, a lot. Busy. You had a busy week. You were working the polls.
I was working the polls. It was an interesting, long day on behind a N95 mask, which I never realized was as uncomfortable as it was 15 hours in. So I have a new respect for our fellow healthcare workers.
Wow.
Yeah, it really was a little tough. Actually, we had a pretty good turnout at the polls. Interestingly enough, there's a lot of elderly people in Falmouth and they vote. And so we usually see a lot of elderly people at the polls. We saw no elderly people at the polls. So they must have all wisely mailed their ballots in. But we saw a lot of middle-aged and younger people at the polls, which tells me they think this is not their issue, but that's interesting to me. So
I consider myself middle-aged, although I'm probably more like at the end of the third quarter, right, rather than a halftime. But
no, I think in this day, I think
this
now,
day and age, yeah,
I mean, before, when we were children,
yeah, right. We
our
the old
ages
age,
were
right?
old. Yeah, we were considered elderly, but now I think it's more middle age. So I'm a
But
little bit middle. So
we did the mail-in. We did the mail-in votes too.
it
Even
was
though
easy.
we thought it worked out pretty well. I thought it was kind
Yeah,
of cool. I
yeah.
usually like going to say hello to people and stuff, but it was good, and I'm glad. Turnout overall, I think, was good
It
between.
was good between the two, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
then of
great.
course we'll have a next election in September, and
Yep.
then the presidential election in November. I can't speak for what's going to happen because those guidelines haven't been put out yet by Michael Palmer, so we'll have to
Okay.
see what they are in September. But anyway,
Great.
there it is. So we're
All
staring
right.
Memorial Day in the face here, and we got a few changes to look forward to. As everyone knows, the governor has put out a very detailed guideline for reopening Massachusetts, and you can find all of the links on our website on our new reopening page, and they are specific to each industry, and you can find the links for those. So it's very easy to find that information to get the governor's mandatory guidelines for reopening. We will be opening the
To
beach.
your point.
Go ahead.
Yeah, to your point, just to talk about those guidelines, we've gotten a lot of calls to the chamber, and they are pretty detailed, except there are a couple of areas, as you know, that are missing, in the phase two in particular, pertaining to restaurants, accommodations, and retail, like
Mm-hmm.
what percentage of tables are going to be able to be used, and, what
Right.
percentage of hotel rooms. And, so we're continuing to get questions on that. And we don't know because we have not been given that information from the state. But
Right.
once we do, obviously you'll get that front and center. In the
Exactly.
meantime, we've been working on trying to expand some type of outdoor seating immediately, working with the library trustee to get some tables on the library lawn, then along Main Street at Peg Noonan Park and a couple of closed streets. So stay tuned on that as that comes together. But
Right.
seems like there's new information coming out every day. And
Right.
hopefully we're hoping that those standards, those specifics are going to be out soon. So the restaurants and the accommodations have some type of a heads up and some lead time to better prepare.
Right.
So,
I know that we're in phase one now, and when the governor had said in his press conference was that phase two would probably be 2 or 3 weeks later. Hopefully the guidelines will come out, like you say, well before that, so that people can prepare. So we don't know yet
yeah,
what those guidelines will be for restaurants and
right,
hotels and all the
right.
hospitality businesses in town.
Yeah,
The
which
beach.
are really at this point, desperate we're getting into that season. Obviously, this is the unofficial start of it all, and
Mm-hmm.
we know the beaches will be open, at limited
Yes.
capacity.
The beaches will be
So,
open at a 50% reduction in the number of parking spaces. They're going to require you to try and maintain that 6-foot distance between people. And if you're sitting on the beach, a 12-foot distance between like blankets or chairs on the beach.
yep,
Um, the parking attendants and lifeguards, they're going to remind people about that. I don't believe they're going to be involved in enforcement. However, they do have a means to contact people who would be involved in enforcement. And so this is just an effort to keep everybody safe and healthy
Yeah.
and still
I,
try and enjoy what's so wonderful about being here.
Yeah, and I think that's really it. I know in a call with town officials and beach officials yesterday, we had talked about that, and really, to your point, it really is going to be kind of like the honor system. People really are going to have to adhere to that out on the beach, because the tragic reality would be that if people are not able to follow those rules for whatever reasons, then we may have to even limit, what we're able to do on the beaches, going forward,
Yeah,
just to keep people
yeah.
safe overall. So hopefully everybody's going to follow the rules. I know that they've Maura put them out in the e-blast today. You've got them up on the website.
They'll
There's
be
going to
up
be
on the website.
signage at all beaches. People are going to be reminding them. So be safe, be
Hmm.
smart. Enjoy the great outdoors and all we have to offer here. It's supposed to be a nice weekend too.
Yes.
But
And
think of others.
town is pretty busy right now. I was out and
Yeah, it
about a
is.
little bit today, taking care of a couple of errands, and there's a lot of traffic out there. So I was
Yeah, there
feeling
is.
close to like normal for this time of year. Anyway,
Yeah,
they would also like you to get your beach stickers by mail if possible. They will be selling them at the bathhouse. Beginning on May 26th, but they would prefer that you try and get them by mail just for everyone's safety. And there will be an application form link on our website.
great.
And remember that beach parking stickers are not required until June 20th.
Okay,
Number 2, Mike Keneally, Secretary, Executive Office of Housing and Economic Development at the state government, will be hosting a standing weekly call tomorrow at 1 o'clock to go over any additional questions that businesses might have regarding reopening. There is information on our website about how to call in with the passcode if you'd like to be part of that
great.
call. Highfield Hall continues with their out of the pantry cooking, and they're going to be doing plant-based sloppy joes and coleslaw pasta salad.
Ooh,
That is tomorrow from 11 to 12. It is a Zoom meeting. It is $20 for members and $30 for non-members.
wow,
And
that's
Gail
awesome.
Blakely will share simple but delicious recipes made with your pantry staples. And so, like I said, this is plant-based sloppy joes and coleslaw pasta salad. And there's registration information on our website.
Nice. All right, thank you.
Have you tried the plant-based burgers yet?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't. I'm kind of a meat guy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
no, I haven't.
I haven't either. I kind of like, maybe, maybe not.
I
I
do
just
it all in
haven't gone there.
moderation.
Yeah,
I eat
yeah,
plenty of meat. We do. We eat a lot of, a lot of chicken and
yeah, we
stuff. But
do
I
too.
like red meat. I eat a lot of, well, obviously being Armenian, we do like lamb. I do,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I'm gonna have a burger, I like a lamb burger
yeah.
personally.
I like
Um,
or a turkey burger myself. So yeah,
yeah. So no, I haven't done the plant thing yet myself.
I'm sure I'll try it at some point, but
Maybe,
it
yeah.
seems to be gaining in popularity.
Yes.
Yeah. Heritage Museum and Gardens from Sandwich, they're hosting a virtual Run for the Roadies 5K trail race.
Yeah.
How that is conducted is you register. There's a nominal cost for registration. This is a fundraiser for them. And you can run a 5K race of your own place and time and pace anytime between May 23rd and May 31st to be part of this virtual Run for the Roadies 5K race. So
Wonderful.
all of the registration information is on our website, and that's that. And then in conjunction, they're having the virtual Rhododendron Festival. This is Rhody time for heritage
It
museums,
is.
and it's unfortunate that you
Oh,
can't be there to see it because it's quite spectacular.
oh,
They have hundreds of very old, very, very old, large rhododendrons, much taller than myself, lots of many different colors. It's just Heritage Gardens is gorgeous, and this time of year it's spectacular. So they are having a virtual Rhodey Festival. It runs May 23rd through 31st. They have the visitors to their virtual festival will learn about the care and the history of rhododendrons, and the director of horticulture, Les Lutz, and manager of interpretation, Alexander Mulrow, will be doing some classes about rhododendrons.
That's excellent. All right.
Yeah. And then
Nice.
on their website, they will have videos and pictures of the rhododendrons. So that's Heritage Museums and Gardens in Sandwich.
Nice.
One of our new members, Jobs Now, provides support for career strategy for professional development or job change to people at any age, degree, and experience level. They're holding a job seekers toolkit, and that is a Zoom, and that's Monday, May 25th from 10:30 to 11:30, and that's a free workshop offered by our member to our members. You register, and then a private Zoom link and the password will be sent to you. So if you're looking for jobs and you want a little help doing it, this might be beneficial. And the information, of course, is on our website, falmouthchamber.com, on how to register. Finally, the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution is doing a webinar on the future ocean, what's in store for our ocean planet and our ocean science. The premise is that the ocean, which is our life support system, is changing faster than almost any other part of the planet. So they project about what's in store for the ocean as these changes continue to play out, and how technology is shaping our ability to understand, predict, and prevent these changes. So two pioneers of ocean research, and one being Fabien Cousteau, that's a familiar name, and the
Is
other
that
being
Jacques' son or
I
grandson?
think that's Jacques' son. He's the founder of the Fabien Cousteau Ocean Learning Center, and I think it's his son. And Mark Abbott, of course, president and director of the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, will be the speakers. And so there's information on our website about registering for this webinar.
So Susan, tell me, because
Michael,
you must remember this, right? What was Jacques Cousteau's ship's name?
Calypso.
And there was that crazy song, remember?
Yeah, that was
Calypso, remember?
John Denver, yeah, John Denver. That was one of our favorite shows growing up as children. We never missed Jacques Cousteau.
Of course not.
It was like one of our family things, gather around our little black and white TV and watch Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques Cousteau.
Loved
it. So that's awesome. Great. And then everybody who goes to the beach this weekend can explore a little bit of the ocean themselves, right?
Right. If it's
safely,
not too cool.
6 feet away from anything else.
The water's going to be a little cold, but you can stick your toe in there anyway.
Yeah.
So what's up with you, Michael?
All right. Other than, we're still, again, trying to work on trying to get some expanded seating and some tables and trying to get some clarification. We're working with our elected officials to try to get some relief on the PPP repayment for the seasonal businesses. It's nonstop. There's just so much information coming, and, just trying to disseminate it and get the information out, which obviously you are doing an amazing job on the website, and more getting it out on the e-blast, but it's comparing notes, working, supporting, all the local chamber executives have been getting together with Wendy Northcross at the Cape Cod Chamber that's sitting on the reopening committee, and, we're all sharing information, and all that information is getting funneled up. We did get some good news today, some good news that there is pending legislation. State Rep David Vieira and State Rep Dylan Fernandez let us know that there is some legislation pending on relaxing and expanding the alcohol serving capacity for some of the restaurants. Again, we're just trying to do what we can to let our elected officials and people know at the state level that, we need some help in trying to, ease the regulations to make it easier for our local officials to provide more relief. And that's what we're really spending an enormous amount of time on. So,
yeah, it's way more complicated than people understand that it is, isn't it?
It's pretty complicated.
More than
people
just
have some
desire.
Yeah, people have some amazing ideas, and we're getting those all the time, and which is great. But it's not just so simple, and there's opposing ideas and all. We're just trying to get relief. This is the
Hmm.
season for us more than ever. It's make hay now. So many of our businesses, the PPP money for a lot of them is going to be running out. It's time. We've got to. We're really hopeful that this reopening, this phase two, is going to be meaningful, and that people are going to follow the rules and people are going to pay attention so that the numbers don't go up and we don't get rolled back to phase one again.
Right, right.
That's the big fear, and try to get through summer. So,
And just keeping people healthy and safe, you don't want people to get sick, period. Yeah.
that's for sure. We just don't want people to get sick. So,
Mhm.
that's it. We continue to get a lot of phone calls with questions, so you can call us. We'll get back to you by the next business day if possible. Otherwise, you can email us. You can email Susan at info@falmouthchamber.com. You can email me at mcasparian@falmouthchamber.com. We're here to help. We hope
Check
you have
our
a great week.
website. Yep, check our website. We have the reopening page, and so as guidelines are released, that information goes on that page. So if you have some questions about your business owner or whatever, and you have some questions about how or what you need to do, check that page because it may
Yeah,
be the source that you need for information.
awesome.
falmouthchamber.com. And yeah, have a good week and happy
And
Memorial
weekend.
Day. And
Yeah,
yeah,
happy
happy
Memorial
Memorial
Day.
Day and enjoy the weather. It's going to be beautiful. Get out in your garden. I went to a garden center today. I had to get some soil for my beds and it was packed. So people
Of
are
course,
garden.
everybody
Yeah,
wants to work outside,
yeah.
right?
People have turned to nature, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So
I just ordered a
yeah.
whole bunch of new cedar shakes. I'm going to do some reshingling and
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
do a few rows at a time. Before you know it, done.
Done.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
So
right.
have a great week.
Yeah. Everybody have a good week and talk to you soon.